my name's Amy Cronin. I'm first and foremost a mother of 6 and a wife. My husband and I have a farm in Huron County, so not that very far from here, and a farm that's grown quite significantly over the years. I've been the chair of the Ontario Pork Producers Marketing Board for 5 years. I'm a member of President's Council and the newly formed Grow Ontario Together. I'm a part of the National Pork Value Chain Roundtable, Canada's 21st Century Pork Forum, Canada's Swine Innovators Club. I'm a school board trustee for Huron-Perth Catholic, a delegate of the Huron County Pork Producers, and I'm recently became chair of the Catholic Community Foundation of Southwestern Ontario. And so it sounds like a lot, but it's actually manageable. And so I'm going to talk about how we kind of manage this at my house and what drives me to be a part of all of this. Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and pretty soon you're doing the impossible. And I think everybody here can relate to that. It's when you've got a daunting task in front of you, if you're able to piece that out and take that first step and then the next step, pretty soon, you know, you're walking along and you're doing it how you can. And so every time I'm thinking about doing something new, this is the motto I live by. So my next favorite one is do hard things. And so, so many times I can think when somebody has asked me to do something and you know your stomach does that flip-flop, right? You want to run and you want to hide under the table, and it's the last thing that you ever wanted to do. And so I thought, if I ever want to break out of that, if I ever want to grow myself, I have to be able to do hard things. And so when I was asked to join the board of directors at Ontario Pork, my first reaction was like, no, you know, like, I'm not qualified. I'm in my early 30s, and they're all in their 50s and 60s. I'm busy. I've got 6 kids. And then I went home and I thought about it. And I thought, you know what, Amy? Sometimes you got to do hard things to be able to get outside your comfort zone, to be able to grow as a person. So do hard things has served me really well. It helped me to get into Ontario Pork, and then through there get involved in all kinds of provincial and federal committees where I think that as a woman in agriculture, I've been able to make a difference. And it's only because when my stomach does that, I take a step back and I go, okay, Amy, do hard things. And I go, sure, I'd love to do that. So do hard things. And then, you know what, all of those things that I do, I'd never be able to do it if it was just me, right? It's not about Amy Cronin. It's about having an amazing support team around me in a lot of different places. When I think about what is it that I want to achieve in my life, I want to make sure that I've given it all that I've got, and that I've left a mark in a positive way. I want to be able to touch people. I want to be able to reach out to them and help them. I want to leave this world in a better place than when I found it. And so that's what we're trying to instill in our kids as well. And you've got to be able to find joy in the small things. If you've only got great big goals that you need to achieve, and that's the path you're on, and you miss all the small things along the way, I think you're missing 95% of life. Don't get so focused on money or positions of power or all of those different things, because that's not, in the end, what's going to make you happy. So my next one is the only strategy that's guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. And everyone in this room, everyone in agriculture can totally relate to that. Sometimes we absolutely don't have a sure way of doing things. We've got volatile markets and we've got things that change in our environment all the time. But if we never ever take a risk, you're never going to take a step forward. You're never going to be able to grow yourself as a person. It's like that in your personal life. It's like that in your business life. It's like that when you sit on boards and you contribute to community organizations. So taking a little risk once in a while is imperative. And I say success is no accident. It does take hard work. It takes perseverance and learning, studying, and sacrifice. But I think most of all, it takes passion. You have to love what you do, no matter what it is that you're doing, if it's farming, or if you're involved in agribusiness, or or no matter what in life, you gotta have a passion for it. You gotta know that in your heart of hearts, it's where you wanna be. And it doesn't mean that you're not gonna have some challenges and that you're not gonna have some frustration that goes with that, but it means that over time, and when you're looking back, you're going, yeah, I mean, this is me. This is where I'm supposed to be. And I think every one of us, when you feel that passion, you've got that burning love for something that you're doing, it doesn't feel like work anymore, and it makes it so much easier to do. I choose to have a set of guideposts that I live by, that I encourage the people around me to live by, and it's not always gonna be perfectly balanced. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the middle of a tornado. Family meshes into farming, right? You've got your kids beside you in the barn or on the tractor. I think you have to be able to know yourself. You've got to know who you are. You've got to know what drives you, and that's where you got to play your game. Thanks so much.